Well, everyone, it's 10 o'clock. And it's Focus Friday. And it's what? It's 10 o'clock?
It's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Sorry. It's 9 o'clock Mountain Time. It's 10 o'clock Central Time. And I just first want to apologize to the 450 people that all received an email from me like 13 times. Yes, CBIQ sent out festive greetings to many of you. Thank you for those of you who told me that they're so happy to hear from me so often. We're going to look into it and see what is going on, but welcome. We're going to do a quarterly roundup today because a couple weeks ago we had Bill Pipes and he shared with us 90 minutes worth of really good stuff, but we have a little bit more of really good stuff to share with you. And I guess I need to share my screen, don't I? Present, because a lot of what we do is thanks to some partners. And the first partner wasn't that a good transition as I try to
great
click through everything?
Brought to you by
Land Title Guarantee Company since 1967. And they've been a sponsor in all of October and November, and we thank them. They are the largest locally owned and operated title agency in Colorado. And they have more than 50 offices spanning the state. So thank you, Land Title Guarantee. And that brings us to Shawnee, who Todd didn't want to let speak, but she's here because we need to talk a little bit about the power of one more in the contest.
Yeah. And, you gotta love Todd. And I'm so glad I get to join this call and I don't have to listen from afar. But I get to talk about the cool stuff, the contest that we have going on. So this started October 1st. It ends December 31st. This is the power of one more. So by doing all of the things that we've been talking about, everything that we have been teaching you, showing you, just guiding you along the way should result in one more transaction for the fourth quarter. So if you do one more transaction, you will be entered to win a prize. It's one of 3 listing marketing packages. And who would not want free TC for a whole year, up to 12 transactions? So contest still runs through December 31st. I've got an update. We currently have 61 agents already in the pool. So that is amazing. That means 61 of you have already done one more transaction for the fourth quarter. And I am super excited that we will announce our winner at the kickoff rally, January 19th. This is awesome, you guys. I think that just having the one more call, one more connection, one more listing presentation is all going to get you one more transaction. You've only got 30 more days to close on one. So make sure you're doing all the things.
All right. Awesome. And Shawnee,
I get to thank our sponsorship.
Thank you, because I have to find my screen. My computer's acting weird. There we are. Okay. Now
I get to thank Blueprint Home Loans. This is our Idaho mortgage sponsor. And they are absolutely wonderful to work with. If you have not, reach out to them and they will absolutely service your needs in the mortgage world. And I get to pass the baton on
to Jeff.
Whoa, guys, if you have not paid attention lately to what your managing directors have done, you need to go give them a high five because they're bringing more friends to you. Like, this is like a fraternity, a sorority, for Pete's sake. You are hanging out with like-minded individuals. We want to shout out our managing directors and welcome our newest family members to our teams. In Bozeman, we got to give a huge shout out to Charlie, to Fania. In Durango, Paula. With Martin. In Grand Junction, we have Mercedes. We have Sarah Lehman in Metro. Candace Smith and Brittany Goyen in Overland Park, by the way, 2 absolute monsters. They're badasses. So welcome everybody to the family.
Oh, there's more. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought there was more.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I think you're going to be like, it's like 30 of them, isn't there? 34 of them to be exact.
There's a handful. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. There we go. Max, congratulations. Welcome to the Prime Properties family. Stephanie in Steamboat Springs, Kristen in Telluride, and of course, Sharissa in Twin Falls. Shauna, if you're on here, welcome to the family in Vail, and of course, Scott in Vail as well. Where's Marty?
we have some new employees. Jeff,
So
do you?
well, I think while you guys are trying to find Marnie, so Shauna is also working out of the Roaring Fork Valley, which is Aspen. So if anybody's got anybody in Aspen, but all total, y'all, so far in the third quarter, 34 agents have said yes to joining Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties, our entire family. That is an amazing feat, especially during a time when agents are really out there looking for the solution that's the stable solution, the one that they believe that'll bring the value that'll help them to become great agents in whatever market. That's what we're seeing, right? There's this flocking to service. There's a flock to value, and that's what we're seeing. So really great job to our managing directors in all of our markets.
Mhm.
Is Marnie with us yet?
Yes, Marnie's here.
I'm here.
Hi, Marnie.
Good morning. Thank you for letting me present, Sarah. Much appreciated. I get to welcome Erin Cox as our Bozeman Managing Director. This was a position held by Jeff Renovere previously. And Tommy Nelson, our Vice President of Finance, and she's here in the West Des Moines, Iowa office. And Tammy Wist, our Property Management Accountant, and she is sitting in Grand Junction. So welcome. And I'm going to kick it back to Jeff, I believe.
Absolutely. We just want to give a huge shout out to one of our premier sponsors, Platinum Title. What I love about these guys is I cut my teeth in the title world, so I can respect every single thing that these guys are up to, what they're trying to do, establishing those relationships, just like us as real estate professionals. It's all about the darn relationship and then giving exceptional service. And that is what these guys are up to. So you folks in Kansas and you folks in Missouri, make sure you guys are leveraging Platinum Title.
All right, Rachel.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me. First off, you can go to the next slide because I'm really, really excited about our final event in the Power of One More series that Shawnee was talking about. This one is Tuesday, December 12th. As you can see, we've got tons of great information to share, including a panelist of these awesome people. So don't miss it. If you've never seen Dawn speak, for example, she is wonderful. She won't just have insights for global luxury agents, but beyond that, little takeaways that you'll be able to use throughout your business. So please join us Tuesday, December 12th. Next up, I wanted to bring up, well, this is great news, but that is not what I was going to bring up. I will talk about CB Connect, however, and make sure that you guys get signed up as soon as possible because the deadline is today to get your January postcards in. Just go to changelivesacademy.com/postcard. Alyssa just put that in the chat for me. Thank you so much, Alyssa. If you have any questions, reach out to the marketing team. Also, coming up next week, same time next week, we're going to have a really fun speed round of marketing knowledge with my entire team. So join us. And again, I promise that you're going to have little takeaways at the end that you'll be able to use right away. You could even probably use some of them while you're on the Focus Friday with us. So join us. It's going to be really fun.
Hey, Rachel, can I jump in on the changelivesacademy.com real quick?
Yeah.
Can I pivot here real fast?
Yeah.
That website is insanity. Like, there is so much value in that one website. Like, you guys have done an amazing job building that whole darn thing, adding all the stuff in there, making it an absolute true one-stop shop. Guys, I'm telling you, if you haven't taken a peek, just give yourself 5-10 minutes, hop on there. You will not be disappointed.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff.
Of course.
All right, and then finally, I'm going to have Sarah play a little video for you all. This is our latest brand video, so if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Do you see it? Do you see the potential? The potential for birthday parties on the patio. The potential for lazy weekends by the pool. Do you see the rain hitting the glass as you read a book with a cozy blanket on a cold winter's day? And do you see the science project being done on the kitchen table? Do you feel it? Do you feel the excitement of Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs and as a family forms memories that can never be replaced? Do you hear it? Hear the crackle of the fireplace? The laughter coming from the next room? The sound of crickets as you call it a night? At Coldwell Banker, our people and our company are cut from a different cloth. We see, hear, feel, and sense things that others simply don't. Perhaps that's because we have a unique appreciation for this magical thing that defies description, but goes by the name of home. Because of this appreciation, and because of our dedication to be the best in the craft, our company has thrived for well over a century. This is why we're ranked #1 in agent trust. And this is why more people have turned to us to help them find and sell their homes than any other company in the history of America. We are Coldwell Banker. We do real estate differently. We do real estate with higher standards. And we have proudly guided people home since 1906. Do you see it? Do you?
Isn't that awesome? I love, love, love that video. And yes, thank you. I love that we can customize it too. So in the chat, I am putting in a link right now that gives you instructions on how you can customize that end card that you saw at the very end with your agent information, your contact information, all of that good stuff. Super cool. And I just love these videos. I feel like every year they knock it out of the park. It like makes me emotional. It gets me all riled up. So yeah, use it in your own social media, use it to send out to clients on your website, whatever you want to use it for. But those instructions are right there in the chat for you to customize it for yourself. So enjoy. And then also, thank you very much, Sarah, and thank you very much, Fairway Independent Mortgage, for all they do in Kansas for our agents. They are awesome. I know Kenan and his crew love them, and we want to thank them for their support with all that we do. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Todd.
Oh boy. Listen, you all need to break the internet with that video.
So
Like, you need to literally break the internet. That's just way too easy. I don't know how many millions of dollars it costs to make an ad like that. I know that ad was all over Thursday Night Football last night. I can't believe Seattle lost, but like, you all need to break the internet. That's incredible, and the fact that it can be customized is crazy. Well, listen, I'm notorious for not doing what I'm told, and I'm probably going to do that again today. I know I'm here to talk to you guys about the market. I think the market's bullshit. I think here's the bottom line. There's KCM, there's all of the different websites. You and I both know that one of them is likely right, but in our house we have a saying that a broken clock is right twice a day. Okay. So even a broken clock can get it right. Even a blind squirrel can find an acorn every once in a while, but truthfully, nobody knows what the heck's going on. Nothing. Zero. I don't have any slides. So Sarah, if you want to stop sharing for a minute, that's fine. I don't have any slides that are going to mean anything to anybody here. What I do want to talk about is just some of the stuff that's happening, right? And well, maybe I should start with the litigation stuff, just so that we can get it out of the way, right? It's really, this is Casey's domain. I really probably shouldn't be talking about it, but here's the bottom line. At one point, there was this talk about the fact that Anywhere, who is the parent company of all 5-6 different brands, can you spotlight? Oh, sorry. All these different brands, and we all looked at it and went, wow, what are they doing? Like, why are they settling? This is crazy. Like, this is $80 million they settled for. It was insanity. And then when the when the verdict was handed down at $2 billion plus an additional $3 billion in treble damages, and now all of a sudden there's all of these other suits that Anywhere is protected from, it sort of seems like they were the smartest people in the room. So thank you, Jesus, for our leadership in Anywhere. Thank you, Jesus, for those attorneys who saw it right to find a solution, a resolution, and settle this thing, because it does cover all of us as agents, as companies, as franchisees. It's quite a win. Now, we have no idea what's going to ultimately happen, but what we do know is that all of those companies that did not settle are going to be mired in litigation. You can already see it. It's one after another, after another, after another. And while they're all completely and totally distracted in trying to do something else, we get to be focused on what it is that we're supposed to be focused on, which is really where my tangent is going to go today. Okay. So if you have any questions about the litigation, you are welcome to ask in the chat boxes or whatever they call it. Please go ahead and throw them in. And if I can't answer them, I'm sure Casey would love to. Okay. But what I am going to talk to you about is the market-ish, sort of. Interest rates. By the way, I was talking to an agent this morning and we were laughing because do you remember what was being talked about this time last year? Do you remember what all the smart people were saying? They were all saying that by springtime, the interest rates were going to be down into the 5s, maybe even the 4s. It's going to be amazing, completely outrageous. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be totally back to normal. Oops. In fact, I think what we really should do, I think we should make a game out of this. I think that, Jeff's a Vegas guy. He's the odds maker. I think Jeff should put together a contest. We should figure out what the over-unders are on interest rates and inventory levels and all that kind of stuff. But here's what I know. Interest rates are still high. They're 7.5% or so. I didn't look this morning. Okay. They're higher, but they're not high. They're higher, but they're not high. So 40-year average, they're kind of right on it. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. I watched that video. Heck, you know what? Sarah, can you go back to that video? So interest rates have come down just a teeny bit. You can play it whenever you're ready. Interest rates are down just a teeny bit. But guess what's up? Unemployment's up. Listen to the message behind this video.
Do you see it?
Do you see it?
Do you see the potential? The potential for birthday parties on the patio.
First steps.
The potential
Family.
for lazy weekends by the pool. Do you see the rain hitting the glass as you read a book with a cozy blanket on a cold winter's day? And do you see the science project being done on the kitchen table? Do you feel it? Do you feel the excitement of Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs and as a family forms memories that can never be replaced? Do you hear it? Hear the crackle of the fireplace? The laughter coming from the next room? The sound of crickets as you call it a night? At Coldwell Banker, our people and our company are cut from a different cloth. We see, hear, feel, and sense things that others simply don't. Perhaps that's because we have a unique appreciation for this magical thing that defies description, that goes by the name of home. Because of this appreciation, and because of our dedication to be the best in the craft, our company has thrived for well over a century. This is why we're ranked #1 in agent trust. And this is why more people have turned to us to help them find and sell their homes than any other company in the history of America. We are Coldwell Banker. We do real estate differently. We do real estate with higher standards. And we have proudly guided people home since 1906.
Our customers are not interested in delaying their dreams. They're not interested in delaying the birth of their child or the next phase of their life or the move for that perfect job. We are different. One of the reasons that we're different is because we're professionals. We're not amateurs. Professionals keep the consumer's goals at the middle. They aren't distracted by all of this nonsense. Let me give you some data. Interest rates are up, down, sideways. Unemployment is up. Unemployment is up? Wait a minute, what do you mean? Inventory is up, but is it? The new listings coming in the market are down, but the inventory is climbing. Why? Well, that's because there's fewer buyers. But wait a minute, the prices are up? I'm confused. You should be confused. How are interest rates up? But yeah, prices are up. Well, because nobody wants to buy. There's still inventory issues, right? Well, wait a minute, which is it? Well, I can tell you this, the number of transactions are likely to be under 4 million sides this year. We haven't seen that in more than 13 years. Folks, that's crazy. Context, 2 years ago, it was 6.5 million sides. Y'all, that is a massive reduction. Rental rates. Why do we care? Well, property management cares, but we should also care because rental rates will incentivize people to buy. When rental rates are high, people are like, well, shit, I might as well go buy a house, right? Like I can do the same thing. Well, when rental rates are low, it's a viable alternative to buying a home. Well, guess what? Rental rates are coming down. That is bad news for anybody in the commercial real estate space because most of those trades were done at adjustable rate mortgages that are going to come back for what? Adjustment, and those properties will be underwater effectively. But in the meantime, for the residential side, that is going to take more of the buyers out of the pool. Crazy. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you knew this, but inflation's still out of control. Now, wait a minute. We talked about this the last time. Inflation numbers, they needed to come down. The reason the Fed continues to keep rates high or grow the rates is why? Well, they need to get all of the people to stop spending money on goods, right? It's supply and demand. And it was looking better. Like if you looked at September and you looked at October, we were going in the right direction. Retail numbers were down. I know that's bad for business, but it's good for inflation numbers. And then you know what happened on Black Friday and Cyber Monday? Y'all, they broke every record on the planet. They did 20 billion, that's with a B, $20 billion in sales on those 2 days. That's a 10% increase. Now, wait a minute. How is that possible? See, I thought people were losing their jobs. I thought businesses were going out of business. I thought the cost of living was higher and interest rates were higher and we couldn't afford these things. Well, how is that possible? Well, it's because we're spending money that we don't have on shit we don't need to impress people we don't know. We're professionals. We're here to help people get from point A to point B. See, that's why I look at that commercial and I go, wow, like if you will just watch that commercial a dozen times and just pull out the one point after another point after another point, there's so many of them there. These are the lives of people. We change lives here at Distinctive Properties. This is what we do at Prime Properties. This is who we are at Mid-America. I want to chat about what we aren't, right? Because this is the thing. See, like the world wants to keep you confused. You know that, right? Here's the deal. If the world keeps you confused, then you are, what do we say? A confused mind does what, Jeff?
Nothing.
Nothing. See, they want you to be confused. They want you to sit there paralyzed, not taking action because they know that if you take action, you'll have actual progress. They know that if they keep you dazed and confused and off balance, that you will literally be afraid and need help, quote unquote, and they will be happy to lend the hand to help you. You don't want that. You want to be the pro. That's what an amateur does. You're not an amateur. And so they'll distract you. Let me tell you what you're not. You're not an economist. That's good news, by the way. Most all of you, we do have a couple of attorneys that are also real estate, good on you, but most of us are not attorneys. Okay, so we don't need to worry about NAR. We don't need to worry about class action lawsuits. We don't need to distract ourselves with that. We got that. Thank God we've got general counsel, right? She's got it. I promise you, as soon as you have something that you need to know, Casey's going to tell you. I promise you. We are not the investor. Those are our clients. We're not the buyer or the seller. Those are our clients. We're the sales professional. And I want to talk about what a professional is versus an amateur because I think it's really important. A lot of amateurs are getting out of the business right now. There's three different kinds of people getting out of the business right now. They're the people that have literally just said, hey, listen, I got to go find another job. So they've just taken their license and put it in inactive status. There's those people that said, hey, listen, I'm going to go get another job for a period of time, and I'm just going to put my license on the referral brokerage, right? And then there's people that have already quit. They just forgot to leave the building. Those are the amateurs. So you might be asking, well, how do I know if I'm an amateur, if I'm a pro? So I wrote some things down, right? It's not a very exhaustive list, but I did want to share it with you, and I do want to talk about it because I think it's important right this second. I want you to know the moment that we are in right now because it's a spectacular moment. The saying is not when everybody's scared, be scared, and when everybody's greedy, be greedy. The saying is when everyone is greedy, be fearful. And when everybody's fearful, be greedy. That's the time. This is your time. Right this second is the moment that you all have been waiting for. I promise you that. And I know it. Well, how do I know it? Well, I've been in the business for 20 years, 21 years. I might have experienced one. See, I can remember back in 2009 when I was like, well, babe, we had a good run, right? I mean, like, that was fun. I don't know. In 2008, as a solo agent, I did $60 million in sales. I think I flipped 3 different properties. I was well into the 7 figures. Like, I was living la vida loca, right? And then 2009 came, and I'm like, holy schmoly, what just happened, right? And I remember saying, well, I guess I'm done. And God said, no, 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 no. We've just begun. This is actually the time. This is your time to shine. Well, there was a lot of rhyming there. But this was the time. And so I know through my past experience, and I want to share it with you, for those of you that don't remember or you weren't in the business back then, I want you to take my wisdom. I want you to borrow my courage because this is the time, right? You ready? All right, so professionals, how do you do it? Well, listen, I might just use a simple $250,000. If you can do $250,000 of income year in, year out, you're probably a pro, yeah? So listen, no shade on anybody that does less than 250,000, but I just, like, there may be some reasons. You may be a pro. Like, don't be offended, I guess is my point, okay? Let's use that. I suspect that if you're making $250,000 a year, year in and year out, then you're a pro. Like, you know what to say, you know when to say it, you know how to say it, right? You might not be one of those people that says, oh, scripts and dialogues, I don't do any of that stuff, right? You might be an absolute assassin when it comes to sales. You follow? That's probably a pro. A pro knows that we keep the customer's goals at the center of the conversation, not ours, right? Now, listen, that's a really important point of distinction because I have a lot of phone calls with agents who are like, hey, listen, I don't know what to do here, da, 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 da. Or, hey, no, all the buyers, none of the buyers want to buy, or none of the sellers, that's not true. See, if what they're doing is they've told you, hey, I want to buy a home, just like the commercial said, because my wife is pregnant, or my blah, 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 or I've got a job transfer. And what they're worried about is what the interest rates are going to do, or when is all the, are the right properties? When am I going to find the perfect property? All of the things, they are simply asking you to help them through the process. And a pro knows what to say, when to say it, and how to say it. I understand inventory levels, however, have come up. And there's less competition on the buyer front. I suspect that 18 months ago, you might have liked the number of properties that were on the market, but you probably didn't like the fact there were 400 people that all wanted that one property, and they were driving the price up. I bet you loved the interest rate, but I bet you didn't like the price. And today, you have an opportunity to buy the perfect home, should we be able to find it. And by the way, I'm the professional that can. And you may not like the interest rate, but I think you're going to like the price. I think you're going to like the terms. And I think you're going to like the fact that you're not competing with 400 of your closest friends. And when the market changes and the interest rates adjust, guess what? You can take advantage of that too. So this really is a win-win-win for you, but they're asking the professional to keep the goal of the customer at the center of the conversation. And that's what a professional does. A professional knows the you, they, and me talk track. And if you don't know what that is, we need to talk. A professional knows the local, regional, national, and global framework. And if you don't know what that is, we need to talk. The pros know what a 5x5 is. They know it. They've got it written out. It's part of their deal. The pros have actual lead sources. They've literally worked with their coach, their trainer, their marketing department to come up with 4, 5, 7 lead sources that have these little dials on them. So that when shit gets really busy, they can dial it back. And then when things get slow, they can dial it back up. Because we know pros don't let markets dictate their success or failure. Pros dictate their success or failure. That's how it goes. So I might say this. There is no accident that this organization has some of the most productive real estate agents on the planet. There's no accident that Coldwell Banker's been around for over 100 years. There's no accident that we are not those companies, those pop-up and discount organizations that have come and then they go. Okay, there's no accident because we've stuck to our core beliefs. We're clear on what we're here to do. We're here to provide value. We're here to partner with our agents. We're here to help agents become professionals and control their destiny. And this is your time. This is literally your time. I want to call attention to one thing. And the question that I have for you is, who are you following? Who are you following? I worry. Okay. I worry that social media, like I think about the news and all that kind of stuff, and it worries me, right? I feel like we're only being fed what the world, I don't even know what the world is. We'll call it the matrix, right? Whatever the matrix thinks that we want to hear. Okay. And so I worry that even losers on social media look like winners. You follow what I'm saying? Is that rude? But I worry about who it is that we're following. And so my question to you is, who are you following? Who are you listening to? Are they the distractions that I started this thing off with interest rates and inventory levels and all of these things? Or are you the pro, right? Are you following people who are telling you that they can help you do something that they've never actually done themselves? That would be a problem, right? I think you've heard me say, I think that is morally corrupt. I think that is an ethical, just horrible thing. Those are frauds. We should call them out. We should just get them out, right? Because they're literally the modern day snake oil people. But here's what I would tell you. I know for a fact that the people within this organization, well, hey, listen, you're talking to one, right? I'm a sales guy. I got my license in 2002, but I was in sales long before then. I sold real estate. I was an individual agent. I built my business up until I got to about 60 million in solo sales. And then I started building a team. So I know that everybody on this call and our leadership team knows exactly what it means to build and scale a business. Just ask Shawnee. She knows we're 5 offices when she started with us. 4. Okay. Thanks, Shawnee. Thanks for making me a liar. Anyway, who are you following? If you will stop listening to the nonsense, if you'll stay focused, if you'll do what pros do, here's the thing, you will absolutely smoke annihilate, decimate your competition. And that's what I'm looking for you right now, because right now is your actual time. This is the time you all have been waiting for. All of this distractions over the last 4 years, when you were like, how is that person actually getting business? Like, they can barely tie their shoes, and yet they're doing all these transactions. That makes no sense. Well, it's because the business was too easy, but the business isn't easy today. See, the consumer isn't looking for the popular person. The consumer right now is looking for the right person. You follow what I'm saying? They're not looking for Mr. Right Now or Mrs. Right Now. They're looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right. The person that's the pro. I want to give you, and then I'll get out of here because I think I'm over time. But here's the thing, right? I want you to think about this for a second. If you're a pro, you do $250,000 of income. Do not, like, I'm just using data for comparison's sake here, okay? If I do $250,000 of income, and let's just for giggles say that represents 1% of my market share, okay? And the market drops like it has, and y'all, it's dropped big, it's going to drop bigger, okay? Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but in my opinion, and again, I'm a sea of people, right? But in my opinion, the market's going to get worse, not better. 250,000 represents 1%. And let's just say that you kept yourself at $250,000 of income. And the market dropped, and now you're like, well, my business, I didn't grow it. Bullshit. You doubled it. Because now you're 2% market share. Huh. That's interesting. I think we've had some panels, yes, Sarah, where we've had people that have defied the market. So you've got people coming out of our earballs in this organization that are defying the market. Reach out to them. Ask them. Hi, Jared. What are you doing, bro? He's not afraid. He's not afraid because he's a pro. But watch this. All of these people that are getting out of the market, well, they create this vacuum, right? So we've got more people leaving the market right now than we've seen in 13 years, okay? 14 years. So now all of a sudden there's this vacuum. Well, you still have customers. Like, they all had people that they knew that would normally go to them. And now those people need an agent. And if you're doing what you do, guess what? Now you're going to suck up all of their customers. Huh. Well, now you've got 3% of the market. And then the market does what the market does, which is what? Change. And suddenly your $250,000 of income, when the market goes back to normal, becomes $750,000 of income. And that's your baseline. Y'all, I'm telling you, this is the very market you all have been waiting for. It's yours for the taking. It's yours to dominate, smoke your competition. You are going to have to work your ass off. You're going to have to get so good and so laser focused and so disciplined. You're going to need to know what to say, when to say, how to say it. You're going to need to know exactly what happens when the phone rings. What do I say? What's my intake interview? How do I set up my appointment? What do I do for my interview? How do I identify the solution and the problem? How do I provide the solution? How do I present the solution? How do I close to the solution? And how do I leverage my team to execute on that solution? That's what a pro does. But I'm telling you, right now, this is the market you've been waiting for. So whatever you need to do, go to every single class we have, call your managing director, call Sarah, call Rachel, call me. I don't care what you got to do. Smoke signals, text messages, it does not matter. But if there's a chink in your armor, if there's a space that in your skill set that you feel like, God, I need to level that shit up, you've got to get on the call and you've got to ask somebody, and you got to follow the people that are actually winning, the people that win in markets like this. And that's us. That's all I got. Oh, yes. And thank you to our sponsors. All right. So this is a Chosa home warranty. Listen, these people are awesome. They're in Idaho, Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri. Had great conversations with these folks. We have multiple options now. I think you're starting to see that we've got multiple home warranty options. We're not just using one. But these people, like from the heart, I really enjoy getting to meet these people. I think you're going to really enjoy getting to meet them as well. But again, thank you so much for sponsoring our events and being part of our organization.
Yeah.
Yes,
to make
excellent.
money.
Yeah, hey, I mean, when the market's down 30%, where we go? We're not taking our money to the bank and getting 1% back. However, we could get 1% if we're part of the referral rewards program. And I say that all jokes aside, but the reality is the referral rewards program is, guys, I kid you not, it is free money. It is money given back to you for being a part of the referral rewards program. You help the organization grow. Coldwell Banker Corporate is going to say, you know what, Todd, congratulations. Thank you so much for bringing Jeff Renevere on board. You're going to get a portion of his GCI. That would normally go where? Back to Coldwell Banker. So this is an amazing opportunity. And there are a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, who have been able to participate in this current program that Coldwell Banker is offering. Here's the difference. As a tenured person of a I almost said scheme, but I probably shouldn't say that. Maybe I should just say it. Holy smokes. I am a part of a profit share organization, as long as I was with the company that has red letters that have a W and a K, and you can put them in the order that you want. It was based off of profit. This is based off of you bringing somebody into the organization and simply them saying, you know what, I'm going to go out and do $100,000 worth of GCI. All that money that would go back to CB. Now you're getting a portion of that. You're not getting any of the money from the agent. You're getting what would normally get kicked back to the mothership. So this is an amazing opportunity. Sarah, will you kick off to the next slide? These are the folks who have participated currently year to date in the referral rewards program. Gary Shook, Ken Intestin, Stacia Hamilton, Nikki Mativa, Felix Gallegos, Lily McConaughey, Jimmy Klager, Kenzie Ross, April Bates, Rachel Gauss, Pat Jans, Tracy Carr, congratulations, by the way, Brandon Chudy, Nicole Farley, Mr. Conklin, Cindy Mitt, Stephanie Goodhue, my homie, what is up, girl, Kate Carlson, Cody Passa, AJ Anderson, and of course, Kathy Milliken. So guys, thank you so much for being a part of the organization, and of course, helping our managing directors and our company grow because of your referrals back to them.
And Jeff, now another thank you to two of our sponsors.
Distinctive Insurance Agency, you guys are absolutely incredible. We greatly appreciate all that you do for our entire organization. If you guys have any insurance needs, this should be one of the first phone calls that you make. And of course, our crew, escrow professional company, our closing department in Iowa, you guys are an absolute monster. You guys do so many things for us on the back end that sometimes does not get recognized. And we just want to thank you for absolutely everything that you do for our organization and also our agents and their customers alike.
Thank you, Jeff. And now for one of my favorite things to talk about, some classes coming up here in December, and these are open to everyone. On December 5th, we have managing the home inspection and then understanding drain pipe inspections. Guys, I think these two are classes that you should take once a year just to get a little bit more up to date about that really important part of the transaction, which is the home inspection. Oops. And then Rachel already talked about our agent panel and mastering the luxury market. That will be on the 12th. Also on the 12th, we have homes throughout the ages. And what that is the same person who teaches managing the home inspection and the drain pipes. And he's going to talk about what homes have in common in each of the different decades. It's very interesting information. If you're a new agent, I think this too will just help you have an edge. So when you're showing properties, you're going to have an idea if someone says, well, why does this home have this? You'll say, well, this is because homes made in this era, they will always have that. Anyway, it will help. And then of course in Iowa, this is your last time this year to get in your mandatory classes of ethics and legal update. You can find these classes at Change Lives Academy, where we have our new company-wide distinctive calendar.
Let's go.
And
Just
now,
and I saw there was somebody that put something in the deal about Dana. I think the caveat to the referral rewards were the list of people that Jeff read off were the ones that actually got checks during this period, right? So just FYI. All right, so let's talk about the Chairman's Club. So it is not big enough for me to be able to see. All right, here we go. All right. So listen, you can see there's a bunch of people that have already qualified for the Chairman's Club. Let's go, right? We've got 30 days left, which is an absolute forever amount of time. Let's go. But I do want to give some special shout outs, right? You can see there, the queen, of course, is Jen Colson, who is kicking everybody's ass. Go, Jen, right? Which is fantastic. Super proud of her. That's an individual agent, by the way. So you can see that. That's awesome. But you can see, congratulations to Yazbek, Schaefer team, Val Myers, VCK, Olin and Company, AJ and his crew, the Koymans, yay. Gary Shook and team, Cade, Embry, Brenda Mike, Tom, the Durango, Colorado group, and Blunt Bell. Is that right?
Yep.
God, cannot see it. And then let's see. Congratulations to Tiffany and Jason and Nikki and Cindy and James and Jill, Jared, rock on, brother, Erica, Scott, Mr. Seeger, Kelly, Rebecca, Deb, right on, honey. Kelsey, Lindsay, JJ, Robin, Amy, right on, Casey, Bruce, Karen McCarthy, coming on strong, Michelle, and Julie, rock on. And then, of course, in the commercial space, you've got Mr. Foster. Hey, listen, it's not over yet. It's not over yet, okay? The gas is on the right. Don't let off the gas right now. That's when all the agents are doing this. Oh gosh, wasn't the turkey good? Like we're celebrating. See my little guy, right? See my little guy, right? They're all like, oh, it's Christmas time, and we're just gonna chill out and relax. And no. This is the time. This is the great separator. So gas is on the right. Let's go. Make your phone calls. It's never been easier than it is during the holiday season to make your phone calls. Ask the question, what are your plans in 2024? Let's go. This is the time. All right. So do we have a slide for that? All right, do me a favor. Oh, that's a report. All right, so here's your report. If you want real time, well, maybe not real time, but if you want the update, that's your progress report. Is there a link or is there a QR code for the survey? There it is. Okay, every quarter, y'all, you have the opportunity to give me the real scoop, and I need it. Okay, I need it. This is it. This is your chance. So scan this QR code. This feedback goes directly to me, and it is Todd. What are you doing right? Todd, what are you doing wrong? Todd, what do we need to start doing that we're not doing? And then Todd, this is my commitment to helping the organization grow. There are 4 questions. They come directly to me. I've made the commitment to respond to you in person. Those emails are coming from me. Nobody else is doing them for me. Okay. So take a moment. This is a great way for us to communicate and share. But remember, we're partners in this deal. And boy, that's never been truer than today. I think everybody's feeling it. There was a period of time where everybody just thought, well, it's easy. I can do this on my own, no problem. And then, of course, we realized, hey, listen, I'm not actually giving you a portion of my commission in the way of a split because for that deal, I'm actually doing this for the long run. And we are your partner, and you are my partner, and we have obligations to each other as partners. And this is an opportunity for us to share what it is that we're looking for from each other and committed to making sure that our partnership is an amazing one. And with that, I think are we done? That's it. Look at that. We had 10 minutes to spare. You all are amazing. You did great. Hey, you all, thank you very much. Thanks for being here. Again, sorry for the audible that had to be pulled when Mr. Pipes came. But listen, when God gives you a gift of 90 minutes with Pipes, you just say, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Okay. And that's exactly what we did. I hope you guys got a ton of value out of that. That was amazing. Hopefully you all have reached out to him and said, hey, again, Pipes, thank you so much for visiting us. He just doesn't do that. Like, I think if there's anybody that isn't part of our organization that's on this call, or somebody who's recently joined us, or somebody who's been with another organization, I think you'll probably attest, maybe you throw it in the chat. Like that stuff just doesn't happen. Okay. So that's amazing stuff. All right. Love you. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Almost New Year. I can't wait to see those of you in Durango this coming week, and those of you in Kansas and Iowa the following week, and the rest shortly thereafter. Have an amazing day.